Welcome back to Tran Plays Barotrauma. A viewer by the name of Is1K is kind enough to leave comments for me on the videos he watches. And I always appreciate that, because I do enjoy getting to talk to people who have an interest in the same interests I have. Alright, in the comments of the last Barotrauma video, he talks about how he uses a lever or switch to destroy the ballast floor in one go. So we're going to go ahead and try to imitate that as best we can. I do have a slight problem in that I can't get the lever to cut off the feed from the navigational terminal. Even though I will make an alteration to his plan, that doesn't actually affect my ability to get this target level to stop being read by the navigation terminal. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect that part manually. So this lever is going to feed into the knot, which is then going to feed into the signal checker. Let's go ahead and wire those right now. Signal out to the knot, signal out, signal checker. All right, target signal. I'm going to actually put a 0 for this one, only because I like the visual orientation for this. If you leave the Fossa output blank, this will prevent water from going back into the room, which you might want to deal with the fire. 0 means that would lift up the water a little bit. Again, that's really not important, but I am trying to demonstrate for all practical purposes how you might set up a similar build. Output -100 to drain the room. Now we need to connect the blue wire to this. This wire is the one we disconnected. In fact, I'll just connect the condition out. It shouldn't do anything because this is output to output. So that'll just get it out of my way. But if I flip this switch, it'll drain the room. The reason why I liked it on 0 is this will allow me to have target signal 1 means that the lever has to be up for it to drain the room. And since I'm draining the room out, water is going down, lever goes down. All right, that's just one segment of this. Now we're also going to have the water detector lead into a NOT component and an AND component. For the sake of things, just so that we have a little bit of water in the room, I'm actually going to go ahead and re-engineer this, recode the signal checker. We'll say 0. Again, that's what happens when I put it to 0. But that's just for demonstration purposes, because when you are when you are piloting your sub through the water, your ballast is unlikely to be totally empty when you are dealing with your ballast flora, at least not right away. All right, water detector, signal out to the NOT to the AND. Output, it doesn't matter for this one because this one's gonna detonate. I don't think it matters, so we'll just type in kaboom. This signal checker is also going to send the same output to this AND. So now when both conditions are met, when the water detector is not sending a signal to this, and the AND accepts a signal from the lever, we will get our kaboom. So I'm going to go ahead and plant my incendiary detonators right above. And we'll go ahead and program those in from the AND. Of course, you wouldn't want this lever in the same room. I'm doing this so that we can watch what's going on. So it'll drain, and then it'll detonate. Let's go ahead and let the room fill back up. Ballast floor is gone. We can see that the ballast floor turned extra crispy, and it's completely eradicated off of our ship. Let's go ahead and return to our normally scheduled program of sailing out to the Great Green Wonder. The ballast floor is probably my most practical of electrical engineering achievements. However, the one I'm proudest of is this one. It's a timer that, instead of the garden timer that counts down, this is a timer that counts up. And it tells me how long I've been at port. In this case, I've been docked with this station for 5 hours straight. Obviously working on stuff and all that, but still, that's quite a long time. And then once we loaded the next map, it becomes 0 minutes at sea. I've gone ahead and put on all the PUCS in my sub. I generally try not to wear them that much, so that way everybody can see their character. Okay, I am curious about something since this is a wreck, and I have 2 2 regular depth charges, though you can't really see it behind the characters here. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually just dump them on top of this vessel. I am curious about what it looks like. It's going to be Engineer 2, I believe, is on. No, is it Neva still? No. Shouldn't be Engineer 1 if she's on fire duty. Oh yeah, it is. That's right. That makes sense. Because this is I can easily control it where it's unlikely enemies will be up below. Not that I expect there to be a fire. Okay. I'm gonna go close enough to see the results of this depth charge because it shouldn't be radioactive. We should actually be okay. Go ahead and stop here since I can now see the vessel. I seem to be having a lot of trouble hitting. What? Why am I hitting nothing? I can clearly see the ship. I see almost no hull damage. All right, there's my charge tube, depth charge tube. Let's move a little bit forward. Pretty much fire right on that hatch. Let's try this. Wow, I did no significant damage to the enemy hull. It still looks like it's intact. Weak sauce. Now, I know I didn't put any extra toppings on it, but you'd still think that this depth charge would do any significant damage considering it's so hard to aim. Alright, well, whatever. Let's send in our team again. Wait here. A most palpable hit. Let's see if I get any UGM. Nope, not this time. I kind of want to look to see how much damage we've done, but so it landed right there. Okay. Correction, there is enough damage that I can actually go through it. I don't know. I'm just going to say that I had my hopes up for a bigger boom than that. I did do some testing as well, and it doesn't actually matter if the doctor is the first one to search the body. She can just spawn unidentified genetic material, just like how the soldiers can scavenge inside containers. However, I was unable to make the soldiers spawn items on a corpse. See, I spawned the unidentified genetic material, even though Nashvex is clearly dragging that corpse around. Alright, this is the exact same sub as the very first wreck I found, so yes, let's go ahead and try to fully repair this. I will have problems with this leak, but we can actually manage it. The player of Nashvex, he was curious of what it might look like once I've restored something, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm just going to tag these doors real quick with the other security officer for the 20% chance to spawn something, and we will go ahead and continue to clear the area. Apparently I was apparently that close to being that close to a grenade is bad for my health. I just thought I just thought it was funny to do. There are still no corpses anywhere here. By corpses, I'm talking about people with ID cards. Actually, let's have someone else loot this first. Because when security officers search one of the installable pumps, they can actually spawn a battery in it. That's really weird and funny. I kind of wonder if they can spawn coil ammo. Or whatever ammo it happens to be at the time. Yeah, see? Look at that. Bam! Look at all that fresh ammo. I still heard a life form. Man. Jeez, dude. These wrecks are always way more secure than any other vessel. Before breaking those open, make sure I've hit everything, because I heard more life forms on the right side. I see one right there, right through that door. Tagging all the lockers, make the loot happen. This is why I cleared up my inventory real quick. Apparently you guys do not know to refill your own tanks. Alright, that's probably everybody. We'll have the doctor tag this real quick as well, as soon as she finishes looting this corpse. She decided to put her diving mask on. That's actually kind of funny. Unless I find a security officer thing, I guess I'll never open that. I've gone back in and dragged all the ammo boxes that I went to take, which is all of them, back up, and grabbed everything else. Additionally, I pretty much have docked, but there's actually a little bit of problem because there's some sort of weird vacuum thing, and they never expect you to dock with a wrecked sub. I have trouble actually going through. It's an invisible wall. So, I unfortunately, although that looks cool, I can't actually utilize that in the slightest. Alright, let's start by closing this up. We'll need to also wire up the pumps, but before we even do that, let's make sure that everything is well welded. For example, this here, is it welded? It probably is. I mean, I know I assigned her to weld everything, but she might have left, or my security officer might have left things blank or unfixed. And I don't actually know if it needs to be at the bottom of the ship, but I'm gonna go ahead and plug in this. Just start letting it pump out all of the water in this place. I wonder if I mean, it's fine. I don't even need to keep an eye on it. Then we're gonna go and wire this, I guess, power out. You can also repair while we're at it. And realistically, you should probably wire this to some junction boxes, which I guess we could do. Alright, this one only apparently takes one power out, which maybe that's how they all work. I don't really mess with junction boxes because I don't completely understand how that all works in this place. These don't have any... those supercapacitors are not actually linked to anything. Let's make sure this junction box is linked to any other junction box that is necessary. You can't do anything with the engine, unfortunately. This actually is not linked to anything. This is, so we're going to power that up. My character's having a little bit of trouble navigating because he is being constantly pulled by that pump. Oh, so apparently it's full. I guess we don't really need these battery outs. So it looks like the pump has used up all of its juice, and that's fine. I'll run back down there and give it another battery as soon as I finish plugging this in. More junction boxes. I'm not really sure I'm doing this right because I did try messing with the junction boxes in my submarine and I wasn't really happy with the results because I feel like I just made things worse. So Wi-Fi components and junction boxes I know pretty much nothing about. Alright, go back to my device here and plug in another battery. We have these here, but we'll just go ahead and use this other pump we have. In fact, I'm kind of curious if the game can really consider two of them being used at the same time. Now, if there's a leak, I'm not going to actually be draining anything. But no, it is definitely draining. As you can see, I'm walking around now. I still hear something. Yeah, here's some water. So we'll start rigging these pumps up. That's the one we've already done. Here, that's done. This is the one we skipped. I knew we skipped one because there was kind of a gap. And I'm now short on wires, so I need to head back for more wires. Real quick, let's check some of these rooms here. Okay, so here's the medical room. This I actually missed with the security officers, so I will need to return with them if I want to finish looting it. And we will go ahead and do that as well. Now, the ducts themselves aren't going to work without installing some water detectors, but that's really kind of excessive. But we will go ahead and drain up this place and continue fixing it up. All right, so what we're going to do is... Now, this is going to end up letting in a little bit of water, but that's okay, because I'll quickly shut this door as soon as we're done here. As soon as I can get out. There we go. Close it. Get some fresh batteries. Some fresh oxygen tanks. Okay, and the main reason we needed to head back, we needed to get some more wires. I wanted to try to avoid using these if I could, because I can't actually fabricate them, so I can only, whatever I can buy is that. So we actually will just hold off on that and use some of the other wires that we can easily just fabricate. Let's use some brown wire. But yes, I will have to make multiple trips back just to bring these canisters back inside the sub. Empty one, okay. So now we'll just have him start fixing up some of this stuff here. Assume they're healed from all their injuries. Let's go and let the doctor in. So everything is repaired. Now we just need to get the pumps fully working. And then once everything is situated, we'll put in a fuel rod. So these are not programmed because there's no set target level. That's why I'm manually setting them all. And there's also other pumps throughout the submarine as well. Brought this. Automatic control. Wait, not, I thought I was carrying... Oh wait, I know what I did. I dropped him in a locker. Your bodies are probably on top of... Yeah, you were hiding them from me. Grab these cards real fast. Security officer, go plug in some more batteries. And we brought the doctor with a plasma cutter as well. Wait, you're fine. You're not on this vessel. And this is the room I actually wanted to loot. That's fine. That's pretty much everything we needed. Drop this here for a second. I thought I brought the plasma. Oh, wait, it is. It's in the cargo scooter. Real quick, just do this to remove the leakage. And repeat this for each room. It's just pulling me down. I didn't stand a chance. And repeat this for each room with a bunch of water in it. Looks like it was splashing here a bit. Very curious if I can try. No, because there's no engine on this thing. That's right. Oh, we might be able to lift it. That would actually be kind of funny. Could I lift it? I didn't try that last time. It's because my knowledge of ships did not extend to actually making the ship move. Just, you know, making a few lights work at the time we encountered our first wreck. But still got plenty of juice. Junction boxes stuff are working. Yeah, we could try it. I would need a rigorous rig up set target level, though. Keep moving you. Unfortunately, don't have any inventory space. There, and over those batteries. And let's go ahead and weld this place back up. Security Officer 3, you can probably take care of that. And grab the cargo scooter and stand by. You'll just chill here. We'll be ready. Alright, let's try plugging some of this stuff in. No, I don't think it'll lift. I don't think I could lift it, because I've already emptied this submarine, right? I don't think there's any chance in heck I could lift this. Power in. Pretty sure this is going to be maxed out, so I've been prepping a blank one. There's 5 here, so that's the max it can hold. So we'll need to take one of these other... Not this one, then. Thought I was prepping a blank one. Yeah, this is the blank one. So do power. Rig this to the nav terminal. Yeah, I didn't do this on my trial. Power in, pull this out. It's not going to do us any good. It says insufficient power. I probably just don't know enough about junction boxes to try to lift this thing up. But yeah, that is basically how I supposedly fixed the wreck. I mean, all I did was I pumped out all the water, powered the wreck back up for whatever it was worth, and then fixed all the doors. But in this case, because I only had the one assistant or one engineer's card, that was all I could do. I'm just gonna have to leave all the doors broken. I mean, this is the closest I've been able to get the wreck to work at the moment. Alright, so it says insufficient power. And that might just be a permanent thing. Let's actually have stand by. Captain Tran, tell me what your nav terminal looks like. Power in from the junction box. I mean, I know X is the engine. We could try setting to the pumps. Sure, we can do that. I understand that much at this point. But there is no engine that I can actually rig it to, but I can try to rig it to the pumps. Still, I don't think that's going to get us anywhere. Especially since the nav terminal has no energy, I guess. Junction box wrecked power. Now maybe wrecked means that there is no energy coming from it, so we could try moving some of the junction wires. Junction box wrecked. Junction box wrecked. Wrecked. Alright, so maybe all the ones that say wrecked are no good for anything. Lamp wrecked power. Lamp wrecked power. Alright, so it's possible that any junction box that says wrecked, maybe it doesn't function. So we'll try a... Okay, so it's not currently pumping anything out. So we'll try plugging that into a different one instead and see if that works. Pull this one out. I don't even have any inventory. Here, this one, if I hover it, just does say wrecked. Put it in here. I know I got the pumps working when I was fixing the wreck the first time I was around. I'm just not sure how I did it. Alright, so this is feeding to the pump. Feeding to that junction box. This one. Okay, so this one it's leading to one that says wrecked, so that one won't do me any good. If that conjecture is correct, that it must not be leading to a wrecked one. Bought these lamps. Oh. Box power. Is it getting power? Ah. I'm gonna just do the simplest thing. At least I think it's the simplest thing. unplug this right into the reactor. I'm 100% sure I get a pump to work. Now, it wasn't one of these big pumps. It was a small pump. So maybe that one's just is never gonna work. But it was like the one in the control room or something. And just for now, input. Does that even function? Yeah. Okay. So it's an issue with the junction boxes, and possibly the ones that say wrecked will never function. Let me try messing around some more and see if we can get more achieved here. So I've gone ahead and told no touch on the wrecked junction boxes. So I think the reason why I was able to do anything at all before was because since I didn't understand how to use junction boxes, I never even messed with these. But I believe that the wrecked ones do not convey any power. Alright, so now let's go ahead and rig some of these up to the pumps. Also, the fuel rod's at half strength right now. I went ahead and turned off the reactor. It's not like it's providing oxygen or anything to me anyways. Even though there's power and load 0, it doesn't matter. It's still, the power rod is dissipating. Alright. So now we're going to set one for set to target level. We're going to rig that right up to the navigation terminal and see if we can completely drain all of them with one switch. Like, it's already obvious that I can, if I hook it up directly to the reactor, I can just make it drain. I just want to know, can I make the navigational terminal drain the others? This is the middle one is the one that's drained. And the only reason I know how to do this for the pumps is because of my ballast floor programming, or whatever you want to call it. Alright, now we also need one for power. Alright, let's see if this does anything. It might not. Yeah, since this is says navigation terminal wrecked. Yeah, I don't think it conveys any power whatsoever. Unfortunate. Yeah, I can't even do a sonar. So this doesn't do us any good. But if I wanted to, say, use this is fine. This totally works. Because I remember making that one drain. Here's some more stuff I didn't grab. But yeah, there's only so much I can do to repair the wreck. I mean, if you thought that I meant that I could lift it off and make it move, no. I mean, I wasn't that good at it. I just patched up all the holes and made all the doors work and everything. There are also some components stuck inside the walls which I could drill out. I just don't know what they do, and I'm not that worried about taking them with me. In fact, I'm not even going to worry about taking the wires with me. It's okay. Oh, yeah, I had the power off. Now let's just see if that works. Yeah, I hear the pumps, right? Yeah, the pumps are doing something. Okay. Huh. And it says automatic control. Where are you guys running off? Oh, you probably go run off to fix stuff. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything. But I can sonar. That is a thing I can do now. Here's another terminal. Shuttle navigation. I wonder. I assume that the higher tier vessels are able to have shuttles, because I don't know anything about shuttles yet. But it's lit up. Oh wow. I assume I actually cannot make it move, but let's hook this up to some pumps. Take out of the wrecked, pull off the wrecked one, so it doesn't have any conflicting programming. Yank all of these. trying to pull out the other cord, but since I didn't interface with the navigation terminal on the way down, he has to hold the cord blankly. All right. So now these are all hooked up to that. Orca's slightly above us. Can we move at all? Let's read the junction box and see what power 00 it says. I had it saying 8 for a little while, but that was probably when it was draining. Let's check to make sure the power rod is working. Yeah, I mean, it's got very little juice left, and that's okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, so it's up to 160 now. Do the others just not convey that energy correctly, or what? Oh, but I was probably looking at the wrecked one. The wrecked one probably doesn't say anything. No? Yeah, the wrecked one says 00, so they're like on a separate grid. So I am now using 160 energy. Alright, one of these characters, you both need oxygen. I wish you would just switch out your tanks on your own. That's why I have them actually congregated around here. So that way I can just make them all just take a breath. You were down here so that you could heal up my pumps. Alright, you keep working on that. Oh, that's basically the furthest I've gotten now. I don't think there's anything else I can do. But that is pretty cool that I've gotten that far, and I'm fairly sure that I cannot even get this thing to move no matter what. It's just a cool thing to try. So if you thought when I said, like, you know, I worked on fixing the wreck, I mean, it's not like I made it work or anything. But I think we've accomplished everything we can. We're pretty much done here. All right, let's take a look around. They have the big rig. I guess I could also see what he has for sale. Bulgarian batteries. And that seems about the only thing that caught my eye. Oh, I guess fuel rods. I basically smelt them down and then turn them into masterwork. I assume this is the mining shaft over here. Don't like that I have to double like click it and then, are you sure you want to spend 5 marks? It's like, yes, I do. Just let me do it. I don't really know why I'm talking about oxygenite tanks. Gonna restock on those wires that I squandered on the submarine. The only thing he has to sell me are... Oh, never mind. Alright, that is this base taken care of. Let's take a look at our missions. We moved all the way from here. That was quite the journey. It's been at least a 3-hour trip. We'll hit this place, and that'll give me the opportunity to have scout submarines, which is much different than the transport submarines that has been available on all these bases. Yeah, let's head there next. Thank you very much for watching Tran Plays Barotrauma. I'll see you next time.